takes expansions, not because there's no risk of it being scouted, but players who will just really happily defend it, even if their opponent scouts it at any point. We see more barracks out for Jinro right now. Pretty big Zealot plus Sentry army. The Zealots are so strong in combination with the force fields, and at the same time, even more barracks going down from Jinro. Big Ghost Academy coming out right now, and here comes the force. Oh, and there's, oh no, that's 5 force fields that did not really do much. How unfortunate.
Yeah, he put his Zealots back just a little bit. He dropped the force fields and popped the Guardian shield, but he'll just back off a little bit. Now, I want to ask you, because it looks like Socke wants to at least move forward a little bit here in this matchup. Where is he going to want to try to put a forward pylon to reinforce? Is he going to wait until he finds a moment where it's like, this is where I want to have the battle, or is he just content doing it back at base and continuously moving this army around?
Yeah, I think he's going to stay defensively. Yeah, here we go, right until this expansion comes up. Doesn't really want to be doing anything too nuts, because honestly, if you're in Socke's position, you feel like you are quite far behind. You made 2 Phoenixes at the start that did nothing but fly into missiles. So you're not feeling particularly confident about that. But again, if you're going Zealot, Templar, you're feeling pretty confident. Getting a lot of Stormers out. He needs to be very careful, though, that he doesn't get EMP'd or sniped.
Yeah, got to watch out for that, as we do have some Ghosts in production. Combat Shield also going up. We also got some Templars coming out, and Amulets being put down. Storm already researched here. Got the Floating Factory in the middle, and we got a dropship by Jinro going into the main here, and there is not much here to defend, nothing to warp in. He's also going to get an idea that he sees that Templar Archive. He's going to take out as many probes as he possibly can, using them to take out these Marines, and unfortunately dropping a lot there. Oh, nice feedback. Not a whole lot of energy on there, so it's not going to get kill, obviously. In fact, it only takes a little bit off, and now we have this no energy High Templar back here.
And now Jinro continuing to unload these Marines just so he can heal them up. Going to pick off this pylon. Anything free is always good to go after. And finally, Combat Shield finishes for Jinro 14 minutes into the game after he does have his Gold Expo up. But that is quite a nice force by Jinro. But still, any amount of storms that go down can be game-changing. One of the bunkers does fall for free. Jinro tries to salvage it at the last moment. And Jinro is ahead on food, but these Templar could just turn the tide immediately.
I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here. This is a very unique army composition. Great storm going off there. Although it may not kill anyone, it will drain that energy from the medevacs, making the healing much less effective. Of course, this is a pretty nice size looking army for Jinro. Talk to me a little bit, Day, about this army composition. Obviously, we've got the storm capabilities with the High Templar, but is it enough?
Oh, he got a really nice feedback off on that Ghost, followed by a storm. Socke being very careful with this. He could even feed back these medevacs, a technique that In Control commonly uses, who, by the way, is playing against EG Machine in the 3rd round. At the same time, though, keeping these Templars spread out so that they avoid any sort of EMP is so huge. And another drop at the back, but it's not going to be that effective. The storm at the front did do good damage. We see that a lot of this army is getting redded and yellowed by these storms, and it looks like Socke is going to comfortably pull back. I'm very impressed with how carefully he's positioning those psionic storms.
Yeah, a lot of patience back here. We do have a dropship that may... Well, it's going to drop a couple Marines off, put them back, put them down.
Looks like he's playing peekaboo with the Marines, and it's not going to be effective. Oh, he tried to play peekaboo and got struck by an electrical storm.
Yeah, that was pretty rough there. He'll just go ahead and sit in the middle. So, again, a player having a lot of patience here. You'd look at this army, you'd be like, this seems like a fairly soft army aside from the meat shields. That are the Zealots, and he's going to move the Templar back here. Also, you'll notice that he's taking the space down below, and here it comes. That you called this early on.
Oh, it's so awesome when you do nothing but sit in your room and watch StarCraft replays so you can see the future in games like these. He is getting a Void Ray, as he has done multiple times on this map. But another drop, going to get spotted, going to get shut down, and there is the stim. Going to be able to take out this pylon. Doesn't want anything warping in to deny this kill, and there the Nexus is getting very close to the red life. He will have to cancel. Uh-oh, it's down to 50 hit points. Oh, I don't even think he was able to cancel it. He does 6 damage with the feedback. Little bit of a misclick there, but you know, I really don't like the name of Meat Shield for the Zealots because they deal some of the absolute fastest damage in the game. I prefer to call them the most kick-ass units that Protoss can make.
Okay.
As long as you understand that that's what that means when you say Meat Shield.
Gotcha. Do so. And here we go, moving out. We got our Zealots going down. Oh, War Prism came out. Did he try to do a drop in the main?
Wasn't particularly effective, but at the same time, we see Socke advancing forward. He needs to be careful. Are there any ghosts in this mix? I do not think so. So he could do some huge damage there. Jinro's ghost from behind. So he needs to get off some very, very key feedbacks if he wants to be able to kill this army off.
Looks like it's going to be an intense battle right here. Going out forward, dropping the storm. Only catches the lip. He will scan, see what is above there because he's got an idea what is behind here. And we got a drop here in the main yet again. Zealots will stop that. And with the main force of Jinro moving forward.
Oh, and there's another scan. Socke trying to replenish. He's spreading out cannons. He wants to try to slow this army down, have them shoot at the cannons instead of at the Templar. There's the Warp Prism still gearing up, trying to do something, but Jinro is closing in faster and faster. Here are 2 command centers going down as well. But looks like another Warp Prism swinging along the left flank. Oh, he has the Kadarn Amulet. He could warp in and just storm immediately. He could warp in. Okay, there it is. And of course, Jinro with the instant reaction time gets out of there immediately. Both players playing an extremely close, tense game. There's more units being warped in, plenty of Zealots. He's target firing the Warp Prism, will not be able. Oh, he does manage to pick off one of those warping in Templar. And at the same time, we see a few probes getting picked off in mid.
Another Warp Prism over here. We got the island expansion being taken by Jinro as well. He loaded up 5 SCVs, and he just needs to unload those. There they go. Also, you've got this over here. Now the Void Ray going after this back supply depot in the middle, and another Warp Prism that's trying to sneak away around the bottom level to possibly hit that natural expansion.
So awesome doing these sorts of warp-in tactics on this map, and this is what I'm talking about. It is not an extremely precise, meticulous build that wins you on Desert Oasis. It is just having very good, well-thought-out plans, and Warp Prism harass, and all these cannons and Templar are going to be great, but he has supply blocked himself and was not able to warp in, and there are plenty of units to say hello. Warp Prism does fall.
Yep, and I'll charge up on a Marauder, but quickly gets taken back. We even hear some snipes coming out from the Ghost, and look at this now cloaking. Jinro making his way to the natural
he's
expansion.
Very close to finishing. 2 nukes. Look at all these Ghost Academies. 3 nukes being produced right now. That is what we call late game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, accidentally shooting the pylon, revealing his, there's a nuclear bomb,
It's huge. It's a perfect position. A little bit of an improvement on the torch nuke that happened in this exact same location. Now, let's see what it's going to get. I don't know if he's going to cancel. Oh, 2 workers this time.
That was exactly twice as good as torches, and here's a push coming out right now. Looks like he did manage to get off some very nice EMPs. There's another storm going down, trying to pick off those ghosts. The cloaked ghosts are still doing some good shots, and there's another nuke going off at the gold expansion. Oh no, he storms and kills it in time, but in the meantime, there's a huge army being warped in, but look at that calm displayed right there by Socke, carefully bringing in more and more Templar, but oh no, does he have enough? Jinro is so scared to advance forward, and I don't blame him. That is a lot of Templar. And Jinro smartly advancing with small numbers of units to absorb the storms, doesn't want to get the bulk of everything taken out. And here comes a smaller force by Jinro.
Yeah, just a great job there as he'll continue to power through these storms. I cannot believe so much energy coming out right here, but he is taking